Good day once again, BEC111 students. We are moving on to chapter 6, and in this chapter we are looking at the introduction to general management. Please note in this chapter that there is also part of your tutorial task which you are supposed to complete and submit, which relates to issues to do with the development of management theory, theories of management that you are supposed to read on your own and submit. The chapter outline, basically we're going to look at the introduction, role of management, definition of management. What is management? Different levels and functional areas of management in a business. Then we'll look at the skills needed at different levels of management, conceptual skills, interpersonal skills, and technical skills. Then we'll also look at the role of managers, which is part of your tutorial assignment. Then the development of management theory, which is also part of your tutorial assignment. Management is very, very important in any organization, mainly because of the tasks that they carry on in any business. Management as a process helps to direct a business towards its goals. Management also sets and keeps operations of the business on a balanced course to ensure that things are moving according to the way that they are supposed to move. You also realize that since managers do the planning, organizing, leading, and controlling, those are part of management tasks. So they help to ensure that the business is still on course. Management keeps the organization in equilibrium with its environment. Its managers will have to ensure that they deal with the threats that come against the organization. They also exploit opportunities that they find in the environment. It's also the responsibility of managers to deal with the weaknesses that they have as an organization, and also to capitalize on the strengths that they have as an organization. Management is necessary to reach the goals of the organization at the highest possible level of productivity. They are important, or as a process, management is important to ensure that they achieve the greatest level of productivity with the least resources possible. Defining management. Management is a process. So this is a process that is followed by managers to accomplish the goals of a business or the objectives of a business. It can also be seen as a process of activities that is carried out to enable a business to accomplish its goals by employing human, financial, and physical resources for purposes of the business. So the activities of a business, these will look at them. Both chapter 7 will be planning, chapter 8 will be organizing, chapter 9 will be leading, and chapter 10 will be controlling. So basically, part of the management activities is that of deciding what should be done, and basically that is planning. Deciding what needs to be done or what should be done, that is planning. Then they also decide how it should be done. So after planning, they also organize, mobilize resources, coordinate activities. It is also part of management tasks. They also say how and when it should be done. So they also lead. Managers also lead. So leading is also part of the management tasks. Management ascertains whether the tasks have been carried out as they were supposed to be carried out, and that is controlling, where you actually compare the actual performance with the set standards or with the planned performance. It is important, although it's seems general knowledge, but it is important to understand that managers are found at different levels of a business hierarchy. So in a business, you may have lower level managers, you may have middle level managers, and top level managers. Each manager is in charge of a number of managers who are in charge of a number of subordinates. So issues of the chain of command, issues of authority, issues of responsibility, issues of span of control. That's where we will be looking at them even when we look at organizing as a chapter. A business has different types of managers, each responsible for the management of specialized group of activities. So we may have managers of different functions in an organization, managers of different departments in an organization. Different levels of management that are common with, we can look at top level management, middle level management, and lower level management. And this particular slide is just showing you what can be examples of those. So in terms of top level management, these are a small group of executives who control the business and have the final authority and responsibility, including your CEOs, board of directors, managing directors, and so forth. Those top level managers. But middle level managers, they are responsible for certain functional areas of the business. And they are accountable for executing policies, plans, and strategies determined by top level managers. Example of these are functional managers like your marketing manager, finance manager, human resource manager, purchasing and supply manager, and so forth. Then lower level managers, these are supervisor management, responsible for smaller segments of the business. They are also responsible for the day-to-day operations of the business. Examples are supervisors, the foremen. Those are actually included in lower level management. Okay, so these are functional areas of business management. The ones that are given here is marketing management, financial management, operations management, logistics management, human resources, and other management areas. So this may be functional managers, but in management we also have top level, middle level, and lower level. So lower level managers, there may be many, middle level managers, they are not that many, but top level managers, these are a small group as we described them. In terms of functional areas of management, the specialized managers necessary for different functions of the business, they are only responsible for the specified management activities of their functions or departments. For example, a marketing manager will only be responsible for the marketing function. So they carry out management tasks in that particular function or department. So they plan, organize, lead, and control in their own department. The number and importance of specialized areas, they vary from business to business. If you have a very small business, you may not expect to see all those functions. So the task may actually be done by one person, but where it's a large organization, you may have all those functions. However, there is only one organizational function which is known as general management, which is universally encountered and plays definite part in every organization. So in every organization, there is that level of managers who make decisions, who make strategic decisions. And in some cases, they have the final say. So in as much as we may have other levels of management, they focus on their own functions. But there is that level of management which must have a holistic view of the organization, that sees an organization as a unit, that brings together all other functions to work as a unit. That is general management. Some refer to it as strategic management, but in this case, we refer to it as general management. So we'll look at the function of general management, those top level managers, they are responsible for integrating all other functions of management in an organization, and they deal with the activities of top management. They have the overriding function that controls management process and general principles of management in an organization. Skills at different levels of management. There are three key skills that are required for sound management. One being conceptual skills. Conceptual skills, these are mental capabilities to see an organization as a holistic, to have a holistic view of an organization. So just that mental ability to see an organization as a holistic unit. Then interpersonal skills, these are skills that have to do with relating with other people. Then we also have technical skills, which are skills that have to do with the application of knowledge and skills that one has. So by merely looking at these, you would realize that conceptual skills are very, very critical for top level managers. They may not need to have technical skills, but they need to have that mental capability to also see the organization as a holistic, to have a holistic view of an organization. For middle-level managers, what may be very, very important are actually interpersonal skills. We are not saying they don't need conceptual skills. Conceptual skills they need, but what is most important may actually be interpersonal skills. Then technical skills, these are skills that are important for those that are responsible for the day-to-day operations of the business. Your supervisors, your foremen, they need to be in a position to be able to demonstrate what should be done by their subordinates. So they actually need to be able to apply the knowledge and the skills that they have. The next slide, I think it shows which skills are important for which level of management. So you would see that for top level managers, they don't need much of technical skills, but they need more of conceptual skills. Interpersonal skills, in this case, you would see that they are important for every level of management. The reason being, every level of management interacts with people. Then middle-level managers, they actually need more of conceptual skills than technical skills, because they are supposed to formulate their objectives from those of top-level managers. However, they need a bit more of technical skills than those that are needed by top-level managers. When it comes to lower-level managers, they need conceptual skills just to understand what needs to be done and how it adds value to the organization. But what they need most are actually technical skills. Then the same applies also to workers. They need more of technical skills than conceptual skills. Managers, if you read the textbook, as I said, this is now part of your tutorial task. Managers, they perform certain functions, they meet certain needs, and assume certain responsibility for the business. They fulfill 10 different roles, which are stated in your textbook, clearly stated in your textbook. And these roles can be classified into 3 overlapping groups, which are interpersonal role, the information role, and the decision-making role. So they play 10 different roles. But those roles, they can be classified into 3 categories. So as you complete your tutorial task for the role of managers and the development of the management theory, you can also use this information to guide you in completing that particular task. This slide shows those 10 roles. Then development of the management theory. To say the least, let me just say there are many theories about how to improve the performance of an organization. The legacy of our past successes and failures becomes part of the present and future management approach. There are two main schools of thought that are used to classify management theory. These are the classical approach and the contemporary approach. So as I have said, I will not go much on these in terms of this particular lecture, because you are supposed to complete a tutorial task. So otherwise, discussing it may actually limit your abilities. It may actually disadvantage you in doing your tutorial task. So it's something that we'll discuss after you have submitted your tutorial task. But these slides, you can actually use them to guide you. So this is it about chapter 6. Complete your tutorial task. If you have any questions, let us discuss those on Blackboard. Thank you so much.